Dooley here with Tupperware. I know it has been a while and I have missed doing my videos, so I am trying really hard to get back into the swing of things, but I am still here and I am still doing Tupperware. So if you want, stay tuned and let's talk about the next recipe that I am fixing to do. Come right back. Okay, so I have you turned down here to see what we're working with today, and you guys have seen me work with the pressure cooker before. If you haven't, then comment, let me know, and I can give you a link to any one of the videos on my YouTube channel, so that way you can go back and watch all the other stuff that we have done. But for a little bit of a rundown, this is the Tupperware pressure cooker. It is meant to pressure cook in the microwave and not on the stove. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown, like I said, of how it works. But this little thing right here is not a handle. It is a lid lock guard. This comes on and off, so never ever ever try to pick your Tupperware product up with this. It will fall. It will hurt you. This also has a lock-on lid, just like this. Now, yes, mine is a little dingy on the inside, but I have used mine for a number of years now, and, well, they get that way because, you know, constantly use them. The one thing about the pressure cooker, it comes with a ring on the inside, just like a normal pressure cooker. That goes inside here at all times when you're using the pressure cooker. It can be taken out to wash, that's fine. Let me tell you about the little minion. This here is my minion friend. His head pokes up through here and he helps release steam out of the pressure cooker when it's cooking. And when his head is up, there is steam in there and you do not want to try to open it. When his head is down and there's no steam coming out of this vent hole over here as well, it is safe to go ahead and unlock your lid and then take the top off. On the pressure cooker, oh, before I do that, I better tell you about his legs. The little minion's legs always stay inside the lid, never on top, always inside. So that's a very important thing to know. On here, you're going to see an arrow here and an arrow here. Also on the pressure cooker, you're going to see an arrow on this handle and an arrow on this handle. All you do is you take and you line up these arrows, one here on both the handle and the top, and then you twist. The lid is on there. Then you take your lid lock, you put it in here, and then you lock the lid on, and then you're good to go. Inside there is a minimum line and a max line. This is for cooking various things. You can cook meat in here, you can cook beans in here, you can cook, oh gosh, I don't know, I've done so many recipes I can't, it just like swim through my brain. But there is a max line here. The reason you don't want to go over that max line is because there has to be steam to be able to pressure up in here and then come out just like a normal microwave. So there is a minimum line. So if you're just cooking something small, it's just letting you know that don't go below that line, because you need that liquid to build up that steam. You might be cooking just something small in here. Just cover it with some broth or some water to make sure that it is covered in there, just enough to build up that steam to actually cook what's inside. So like I said, you can cook everything in here, beans, all sorts of stuff, meats, everything. But it is never meant to be cooked on the stove with. It would be disastrous if you did. So today I'm making what's called Greek style black-eyed peas. Mind you, this is not my personal recipe, and I'm going to give full credit to where credit is due. This is done by the MediterraneanDish.com, I will put a link in the description below to their recipe. Their recipe is done on the stovetop. My recipe is going to be done in the pressure cooker. I like to show people how to convert recipes to Tupperware products, and then that way you can just put it in and go and not worry about it. Now, it may turn out just a little bit different. You might have to kind of tweak it to fix what you're doing, but there's always a way to kind of like Tupperize the recipes. So once again, this is off of the MediterraneanDish.com. I go there for all sorts of recipes. I absolutely love her website, and she's on YouTube as well, so you can look her up. And I will put a link to her recipe in the description box below. So full credit to them and saying this is not my personal recipe. But in this recipe, you're going to need a yellow onion, some garlic, bell pepper, carrots, a can of diced tomatoes, some water, a bay leaf, cumin or oregano. I keep trying to say oregano like they say overseas. Paprika, kosher salt and pepper, red pepper flakes if you want it, 2 cans of black-eyed peas drained, and a lime or a lemon, and some chopped fresh parsley. For me, now I'm on a very low salt diet, so I have to alter everything. I am using a bag of frozen, these are somewhat thawed out, frozen black-eyed peas. And I like to be able to show you recipes like this that actually, that's good for your family, but also inexpensive. So that way I know everybody's having a hard time with groceries, and you know, the price of things right now is just like totally outrageous. So I like to do the recipes that really don't cost you a whole lot of money, but in the long run they are very healthy, and it's something new to try out. So this is what we're going to be doing today, and we are just going to fix it all inside the pressure cooker, drop it in there just like a one-pot meal, and go with it. So the first thing I need to do is just take some garlic. Now I'm a garlic person, and I absolutely love my garlic. So I have the 4 here, but for me they're kind of small because I usually like the big garlic, and I was a little bit disappointed with this last couple of cloves I bought. They were really small. Now I have the garlic press here. This is a new one from Tupperware. They've redone the style. So you're going to put your garlic right here on the handle with this metal piece up. You're going to put that down on it, this little piece here, and then you're going to squish, and it's going to break that garlic piece up. So that way you can get the skin off. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Now this one is kind of small, but we are going to work with it, and I'm just going to do the rest of them. You can hear that crack. You might not have to press as hard as I do, but that's okay. So I hope everybody has been doing well. Like I said, I know I haven't been doing recipes on here. I am busy still on my private VIP group. That's just for my Tupperware customers only. So if you do not have a Tupperware consultant and you would like to come over, please be in the United States as well, because I can't help you with other products from other countries like some people think I can, because I get a lot of emails for that, and I just simply can't do that. But if you are not another consultant, and if you don't have a Tupperware consultant near you, you are welcome to go to my business page on Facebook. It's just look up TW Patty Dooley on there. You can message me on there and help, for questions or anything you have. And on my group, I do recipes every other Thursday and post the sales and stuff like that. I also do that on my business page as well. So you are welcome to come over there. I'm going to take my Power Chef. Now they renamed this to the Supersonic Chopper. So if you're looking for this on the website, they did change the name. And it's in the red color. But for what, you know, for as many years as I've called it the Power Chef, I still call it the Power Chef. So we are going to cut the little ends off of the garlic. Just drop this in here. Like I said, I'm doing this as a drop and go one pot meal. Simple that way because a lot of people are busy. School's starting back up. Kids are going to be in band and in sports, and you're going to have to find dishes that can work, you know, very quickly. And so this is what I love to help people to do. So now we need some carrot. I'm just cutting the ends off of here. I like to leave the skins on. I'm just going to chop this up in a little bit smaller pieces because carrots are kind of hard. They ain't kind of hard, they are hard. But we're going to put these in here. Put a little bit more if you want, but according to the recipe, I don't have the full amount of peas like it says. So I'm doing just a little bit less. This calls for a green bell pepper. I have orange. I had one that I used a piece of the other day. And I was like, you know what, I'm using this up. Because bell pepper does not go to waste at my house. So I'm just using what I have. Otherwise it calls for green bell pepper. It calls for a full onion. I'm only doing a half. That's what I had left in the fridge. And I'm going to chop that up into quarters. Make this kind of easier to get in there. And we're just going to throw all of this into the Power Chef. And I believe that's all I have to put in that. So we're going to take the top and put this on. And we're going to take this cord right here. This top is the engine. And if you go on my website, you can find this. I think they still call it the Power Chef for what's up there right now. There's this. There's the smaller one. This is my older one. But you'll get one just like this. And then you're going to get the whip that will fit down on here just like this. It's all on my website for sale. So if you're looking for one, go over there and grab it now before they're all gone. A very good sale at that is twpattydooley.com, and I'll put a link in the description below. So if you're looking for one, I would grab it now because it is a lot cheaper. And we're going to give this a couple of short pulls to get it started. We're going to chop this down. Now keep in mind, you can't overfill this trying to get it chopped. But I want it smaller like the peas. It doesn't have to be pulverized, but you want it smaller. And I believe that's going to be good right there, unless there is a couple in here that's not chopped up very well. But there you go. That quick, that easy. And we are going to take this, and we are going to take the black-eyed peas, and we're going to dump it right in here. Once again, we got to unlock this lid right here. You're just going to push that little piece in, pull up, push that little bottom piece in, and then take the handle off. We're going to untwist it and then just dump this inside. Now when I'm adapting a recipe from something else, and I do that all the time, you know, you might have to adjust the liquid or something that's in it. So that may be something you watch out for. And then we're going to put these peas. This is a 12-ounce bag. the original recipe calls for 2 15-ounce cans, so I'm not doing as many peas. And the reason I'm using fresh frozen peas is because they're not very hard. They're not like the dry pea, and they'll cook a little bit faster. Plus, when you can get them on sale, they're rather pretty cheap. So, you know, that's one reason I'm using that. So we've got this in here, just like this. And to this, we're going to add a can of diced tomatoes. Now, this is a Tupperware can opener. You're going to open it up like this, set it on top of the can flat, close the handle so when you do this, you can pick it up, and then you're just going to turn, and you will hear some pops. That means the seal is completely broken. You hear that one, that one, that one, that one. Now, I will be honest with you, there are some cans that just will not do it. If the lid is bent and stuff, see, there's still some parts on here. It's not completely loose. You might have to go around it several times just to keep trying. So that's like we're having to do here. We're going to put that little pincher on. I find that the generic label cans are sometimes harder to get open than the name brand cans. Why, I don't know, but it happens. There we go, is another one. But what this is doing is breaking that glue seal that's on there. There's another one, pop. I think I got all the pops now. So we're putting that little beak on there and then lifting that right off. So the top is easy for you to use. So we're going to dump this in here, a can of stewed tomatoes or diced tomatoes. Give this a little stir. And from here, all we have to do is add the seasoning in. Now keep in mind, I don't know how much 2 cans of the peas would be in here. I'm just using a 12-ounce bag of frozen, so you might have to adjust that. It calls for 2 cups of water, but first we're going to put the seasoning in. We need 1 bay leaf. Plus, she's doing this recipe on the stove in her video. And like I said, I'm adapting this to a Tupperware product. So sometimes you have to make adjustments. So we have the bay leaf. We need 1½ teaspoons of ground cumin. And cumin and coriander, are some of my most favorite spices. We need 1.5 teaspoons. So that's going to be 3 of these. 1 and 3. Then we're going to need 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. I like oregano, so there's a little bit more. That's okay. Then we need 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. And paprika is another one of my favorite spices. I put it on everything. So I think I'm going to put just a little bit more because I like a little bit more. It's your recipe when you're making it at your house. Try it. See how you like it. You know, you can adjust it the next time. Then we're going to, it calls for red pepper flakes. I'm not doing that. You can. That's fine. And then it calls for salt and pepper. This is some more Tupperware that holds my pepper, my salt in here. I use kosher salt most of the time. Now I'm not going to salt this as much as a normal person would because of my salt intake. So salt and pepper it to your taste. And my husband got my black pepper. So we are going to put some ground black pepper in here. So that's in there, and now all we have left to do is the 2 cups of water. Now I may have to add just a little bit more depending, because I don't fit, you know, the frozen peas don't take as much water to rehydrate them like dried beans would. And I am one of those, I like more type of broth people. So I tend to add a little bit more. So let me get just a little bit more. I got about a half a cup in there. Stir this around. I'm sure you could add chicken broth if you wanted to. That would be good. I wouldn't try beef. That might, it would put a deeper, richer flavor, but I think this is really meant to be a light type of stew. So now I'm having to look over the recipe on when they add the parsley. So they add the parsley last after it's cooked. So that is what we are going to do as well. So from here I'm going to take this top, and once again I'm going to line up these handles just like this, those arrow marks, and I'm going to put this right back on here, and I'm going to lock the lid. So from here, because they're not quite frozen, they were a little bit thawed out, but they're still fresh peas. So I'm going to go for about 25 minutes on that. From there, I'm going to have to let this pressure go down. Once that little minion's head is down, just like he is right now, and there is no steam coming out of this steam release right here as well, then it'll be safe to open up. So you stay tuned. I will be right back once all of this gets done. 25 minutes in the microwave. Mine's 1250 watts. So, you know, adjust your time from there as to what you might need on your microwave. It's always a test because every microwave is different. So be right here when I get back. Hang on. Okay, so I just took this out of the microwave. It's been 25 minutes, and I really wanted to show you for just a moment here. There's the little minion's head sticking up, so there's steam coming out of here, and then there is steam as well coming out of this one. So what we need to do is let this set for about 10 minutes. Is what it generally takes for it to cool down, and then that little minion's head is going to drop down and there won't be any steam coming out of there, and then we can safely open the pressure cooker. So let this cool down and we will come back and finish the recipe. Okay, so I've let this cool down for about 10 minutes. You can tell the little minion's head is down. I can touch it. You don't hear any steam coming out. I can put my finger over that. There's no steam coming out. So that means it's safe to open. We're going to pull up right here, and then once you get it pulled up, just push that tip in and it comes right off. I'm going to twist this right here, and please be very careful because there is still steam coming off of it because it's hot. You're going to lift that lid away from your face, and I know you can see that steam hopefully on there, and we're going to just set that to the side. I'm going to take and stir this around. I need to get a little fork to test my carrots. And they should be done. They are. They got just now they're done. We're going to take the pea, basically try to smush him up. Pea is done, as you can see right there. It's smushed up pretty good. But I'm going to kind of lift this up where you can see a little bit more. It's got broth on there. It smells very, very good. Just give this a little bit of stir. And as you know, when you take something out of the microwave, it still continues to cook for at least 5 minutes after it's done. So just keep that in mind. From here we want to add some parsley and some, you can either use lemon juice. If you don't have lemons, use some lemon juice. Or you can use lime. I prefer lime juice, so that's what I'm going to use. It brightens up the dish, gives it a nice crisp flavor. But we're going to take some parsley. Before I do that, I told you about this, the Power Chef or the supersonic chopper going on the website on a sale. Not only do you get this piece and the blade, but you're going to get a paddle. You're going to get a cone. I make mayonnaise in this thing all the time. And you're going to get this little piece right here with a small blade. And what you do is the engine part twists off the top of this piece just like that. And you're just going to use it on this smaller piece right here. And that's what we're going to do. Now I have my Fridge Mart with some parsley in it. We like parsley, but we're not that big on parsley, you know what I mean? So if you like a lot of parsley, put a lot of parsley in. If you don't, you know, that's strictly up to you. So I'm going to put, this is curly leaf parsley. I'm just going to put it in here. And we are going to put the top back on. And then just give this a pull. And we are just chopping up that parsley. Let's see how much it's down here. Oh, that's perfect there. You can use this for herbs, for garlics, you know, small stuff. You can do it with that. But that is the parsley right there. We're just going to shake that in. Pull this back over here. Now it calls the juice of a lemon or a lime. Usually it's anywhere from, depending on the lemon or the lime, it could be anywhere from 1 to 3 tablespoons. So how much you put in is up to you. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons, and if I don't squirt it everywhere. I'm going to put that in. Give this another stir. If you want to kind of wilt that parsley down for a minute, you can set the lid back on and let that heat kind of wilt it down if you want. Or you can add more. It's all up to you. Now this may have a little bit more broth, but like I told you before, I like a lot of broth. And we are going to dip some of this out just so you can see. Now I want you to get a good look, and we're going to take that bay leaf out of how they cook together before we even eat it. And then we are going to dip just a little bit of broth back on there. Just like that. Oh! Oh, that smells so good. I want to taste it, but I'm afraid it's going to be too hot. I'm just going to take a very small taste because I said it is still very hot. That is really good. For my taste, it could use more garlic, but that's me. You adjust the taste to however you like. That's up to you. But I love a lot of garlic, so, you know, that's just my personal preference. But that's it for today, guys. Let me get this out of the way. And we will talk for just a moment. And on these fridge smarts, these are great to help you extend the length of your vegetables and herbs and things that you have in the refrigerator. For most herbs, you're going to do where it's half open. There's little things on here, I don't know if you can see exactly, I'll get it right there, but there's a full open, closed, and a half open, because everything breathes different. You know, they require different amounts of air to keep them fresh. Herbs generally is like half, not completely closed off, but not completely open. So let me get back up here where I can see you. I know it's been, like I said, I know it's been a while, but that's okay. You know, I'm still here, so if you have questions, you can always comment on a video or ask me over on Facebook. So if you like this recipe, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the bell, so that way you can get notifications when I upload, and then so you'll know whenever I come back with more videos. If you'd like to keep up with sales and things, go over to TW Patty Dooley on Facebook. I'll put a link to that in the description, and you can follow along on Facebook. If you're not another consultant, and so sorry about out-of-country people, but if you'd like to be on my VIP group, my personal group, where I do the sales, we do questions, we do recipes, cook, all sorts of stuff. I've got all kinds of recipes in there, videos of recipes that we've done. I do them live. Then please go over to my Facebook page, and then you can find the link on there, I think, if they haven't changed it, to my group. And then there's 3 questions. You have to answer those 3 questions in order to get into my group, because I check everybody before I approve them, and the reason I do that is to keep all of my customers and people safe in there, so there's no spamming, nobody trying to get your personal information, to which we do not do personal information on there, but it's to protect the people that's in there. So if you'd like to be a part of that, just come on over to Facebook and apply to get onto the group. So you guys have a blessed day. I will see you soon. And like I said, hit that subscribe and the notification bell so you can get all the notifications on there. I will see you soon. Bye.